welcome back to Peru. My first question is to Temu. I know this is your first time ever playing here in South America, so I want to know what have you heard about the crowd here, and what are your expectations of the show, especially of the show tomorrow here in Lima?
Thank you for the question. I'm really excited to be here, and I've heard a lot of good things, really fanatic fans. I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody in the audience and rocking together.
Muchas gracias por la pregunta. Estoy muy emocionado de estar aquí. He escuchado muchos acerca de los fanáticos y espero verlos en la multitud.
Hi, how are you? Welcome to Peru, back to Peru. My question is for Mr. Mustaine. In the year '92, you served as a political correspondent for MTV. What can you tell us about that experience, and would you do it again? Plus, in the same report, somebody screams at you, "Cut your hair." Being 62, what's the importance for you of long hair?
What was it like going up to the White House and doing the Rock the Vote thing? Well, I think if you want to say something, you need to know what you're saying. And I was asked to help get people in my country registered to vote, not to become a Democrat, not to become a Republican, but to vote. And I've always said, when I talk to people, I try and show them both sides and then let that person pick. I don't try and tell people in my songs what to do. Would I do it again? I guess I kind of do it still every day, you know, just being an example in heavy metal music that not everyone in metal is uninterested in civil matters in their country, you know, singing about things that matter. And your last question was about my hair. You know, I think about cutting it all the time, you know, just about every time I try to brush it.
Tu pregunta es sobre la vez que visité la Casa Blanca para las votaciones. En ese entonces lo que se me pidió fue que hiciera que más personas se registraran para votar, no convertirlos en republicanos o en demócratas. Era mostrarles ambos lados y que ellos tuvieran la posibilidad de elegir por ellos mismos. No muchas personas, o es algo que yo hago siempre, dentro del heavy metal, muchas personas no están interesadas o no tienen mucho interés en los asuntos civiles, en esto en general. Y tu última pregunta sobre mi cabello, muchas veces he pensado en cortármelo, pero lo que hago es cepillarlo.
Welcome to Lima, Megadeth. My name is Daniel. La siguiente pregunta es para Dave. Tanto para mí como para muchas personas que mañana van a estar en el concierto, es una oportunidad única de ver a una banda como ustedes. En tu caso, ¿qué bandas han despertado en ti esa emoción de querer verlos en vivo y a cuáles recuerdas de manera especial?
This question is for Mr. Mustaine. For me and for several people attending the show tomorrow, this is one of a kind of experience. I want to know what kind of band has made you feel that way and what brings you most memories.
What kind of band? You feel that way?
Yes, what kind of band makes
Not
you feel...
Megadeth, a different band?
Yes.
Okay. You meant a different band?
Yeah, like what shows you
This
have
is feeding
attended?
back. Let's see. It's been a long time since I've heard a band that I get excited about. A lot of bands. I mean, when's the last time we heard a new Guns N' Roses or a new, you know, Iron Maiden? It's been so long since we've heard new bands that are great, you know. So I was listening to a band the other day. I don't even know what the name of the band is, but it's a guy named Fred Parker, I think. He was in a band that had a song called Misery. It's Frank Parker and the Rattlesnakes. It's his former band or something. I don't know. It just shows you I don't go looking for new bands. So.
Ha pasado bastante tiempo desde que me he sentido emocionado respecto a una banda. ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que vimos a unos nuevos Guns N' Roses o Iron Maiden? Recientemente escuché a una banda, no estoy seguro del nombre, es algo con Fred Parker y los Rattlesnakes, con una canción que se llama Misery. Siempre estoy buscando nuevas bandas.
Hi, my name is Santiago Silva from Conciertos Peru, and my question is for Dave. First of all, thank you for your music. I really appreciate it. And my question is, for many of us, attending to a Megadeth concert can be a life-changing experience, inspiring, or a dream come true. Have you ever attended a concert as an audience member that significantly impacted your life? And if yes, which concert was it, and why was it so meaningful to you?
It would have to have been AC/DC when Bon Scott was in the band. That was the shit, man. I'm telling you, that was so great. And I've seen a couple other bands. I saw Rush a long time ago that I thought was cool. I saw Pink Floyd, but it kind of seemed like it would have been better if I was on acid. And I saw Led Zeppelin with Jason Bonham, but it just didn't seem like Zepp, you know. So AC/DC was the band, yeah.
El micrófono, por favor, de traductor.
Cuando vi a AC/DC con Vance cuando estaba en la banda, eso fue increíble, fue la mejor mierda que he visto. Luego Rush hace mucho tiempo, también me gustaron mucho. A Pink Floyd, pero creo que hubiera sido mejor si me tomaba un ácido. Y a Led Zeppelin cuando estaba Jason Bonham en la banda, pero no se sentía tanto como Led.
Welcome to Perú, Megadeth. Este es para Dave. Durante tu vida has pasado mucho, has sobrellevado decepciones y también fuertes pruebas. En esta etapa de tu vida, ¿te sientes agradecido por ser un testimonio de superación? Y para los chicos en general, es común que la gente fan del metal, del rock, del thrash, despierten y se acuesten de negros, con chaquetas negras, con botas negras. Ustedes, por lo particular, ¿cómo es su vida hogareña? Thank you.
This question is for Dave. During your life, you have underwent a lot of deceptions, and also you are a testimony of overcoming those. So I want to know what can you tell us about that, and also you see, for common people listening to rock, metal, or thrash music, you see everyone wearing black all day. So, I mean, from morning to evening and even going to bed wearing black. What can you tell us about your house life, like on a daily basis?
He's gonna talk to you for a second. Okay, can you tell me the question again? Because I was having trouble hearing you with the feedback.
Yes. During your life, you have underwent a lot of deceptions and other
Deceptions. Yeah, that might not be the right word.
lay downs
Okay.
and
That's okay.
frustration.
It's okay. Keep going.
And you have become like proof of overcoming those frustrations and lay downs. I want you to tell us about that. And also, it is common to see people like rockers, metalheads, wearing black all day long. What can you tell us about your daily life, or how is your life in house on No Limit Tour?
Well, I got a brown jacket on, so I fucked that up. And damn, my pants are blue, so. I guess if you like wearing black, then it doesn't matter. And as far as overcoming adversity, I think that's the word you wanted to say, was adversity. And you know, it's like I said a long time ago, that doesn't kill you, it only makes you stronger. I don't know who originally said that quote, but it makes sense. You know, you're either gonna learn from your mistakes, or you're gonna fall prey to them.
Bueno, estoy usando una chaqueta marrón y unos pantalones azules hoy. Supongo que la cagué. Si es que te gusta usar negro, pues no hay ningún problema, eso es algo tuyo. Y respecto a superar la adversidad, durante mucho tiempo he dicho que lo que no te mata te hace más fuerte. No sé a quién acuñar esa frase, quién lo dijo primero, pero es importante aprender de los errores, caso contrario vas a terminar presa de ellos.
David, thank you for coming to Perú. Una pregunta para todos. En tiempos de streaming, Spotify, ¿todavía vale la pena hacer álbumes?
One question for all members. During this time of streaming and Spotify, is it worth it doing or making new albums?
It kind of aggravates me how much money is not on the table for us now when we make records. We can't recoup the amount of money and time that it costs to make albums now. So it's definitely a frustration. So you know, we try to find more creative ways to keep the big machine, the big Megadeth machine out there, and survive as a band. And you know, I feel really bad for new artists, because they don't have the same opportunities that we had to grow, you know, to grow as musicians, as songwriters, and you know, as artists, and it cheats the audience as well, because the audience doesn't get a chance to discover and grow along with us. So we were talking about making a new record. We're always going to make music, always, but it's a different game now. It's not merely for profit. It's more for the art of it, and to have something for fans to check in and see where we're at.
En realidad es un tema que me molesta bastante, la cantidad de dinero que no está presente después de haber puesto un álbum afuera. El dinero que uno recibe por esto no compensa el tiempo y dinero que uno invierte al momento de hacer un nuevo álbum. Estamos siempre buscando nuevas maneras de crear la gran máquina Megadeth, y me siento un poco triste debido a las nuevas bandas, porque no tienen las mismas oportunidades que nosotros u otros escritores han tenido. Siento también que los servicios de streaming engañan a la audiencia, porque no pueden descubrir nuevas bandas o nuevos álbumes. Nosotros vamos a seguir sacando nuevos discos, pero no lo hacemos más por la ganancia, sino más que nada es por el arte de hacerlo.
Siguiente pregunta.
Welcome to Peru. My name is Brigitte. Okay. Esta es la tercera llegada de Megadeth a Lima, y esta vez vienen con su último álbum, que es The Seed, The Dying and the Dead. De hecho, este álbum presenta es su primer álbum que presenta al baterista Dir, y el segundo que es con Kiko Loureiro. Y este es un álbum de estudio que se grabó por mucho tiempo, porque pasaron muchas adversidades en la etapa de Megadeth, que demoró de hecho como 6 años después del álbum de Distopía. Y también contó con una colaboración muy importante con el bajista, que es Steve DiGiorgio, de la banda Testament y Death to All. Me gustaría saber todo el proceso creativo que tomó este álbum de acá, y qué es lo que diferencia este último álbum de los trabajos anteriores.
Gracias.
Welcome to Peru. This is the third time that you're being here, and you are now promoting your last album, The Sick, The Dying, and The Death. I understand that this is the first record that you were putting out with the new batterist, and I understand that there were also some adversities and long time after Dystopian. And you have worked also with bassist Steve from Testament. I want to know more about the creative process and what makes this record different from the previous one. Yes, for you.
Well, the creative process is pretty much the same every time. You know, we go in with ideas and you leave with a record. Sometimes it takes a very long time to write the songs. Usually, recording is short. So it depends on how inspired we are to write a new record. For the last record, we had so much that happened during the record. The pandemic, the blockade, I got cancer. I'm cured now, so I'm in remission. And we also had to make a lineup change. So that stuff can slow a band down. Sometimes they don't recover from stuff like that. But we just figured, you know, we're just gonna keep doing what we do, and we would show up in the studio in the morning and we'd work until nighttime. And when the record was done, it was done. And we're already talking about, you know, what we're going to do during our off time when we're at home. If we're going to just get away from each other, or if we're going to want to maybe write some music for the next record. So, but that time after each tour is really valuable for us, for our families, and for us to take care of our health when we go home.
Respecto al proceso creativo, es el mismo. Venimos con ideas y se graba el álbum. Lo que toma mucho tiempo es escribir las canciones, luego la grabación es bastante corta. También tuvimos bastante contratiempos, como la pandemia, el bloqueo y el cáncer. De hecho, actualmente estoy en remisión, además de un cambio de integrantes en la banda. Muy pocas bandas logran recuperarse de esto y de todas formas hace que el proceso sea más lento. Nosotros seguimos haciendo lo que venimos haciendo siempre. Vamos al estudio en la mañana y salimos de noche. Y cuando el álbum está listo, pues está listo. Luego lo que hacemos en casa puede ser relajarnos o puede ser también pensar en nuevas formas de música o nuevas letras. Y el tiempo que pasamos después de un espectáculo es dedicado a nuestra familia y a nuestra salud personal.
Gracias. Siguiente pregunta.
Buenos días, welcome back Megadeth. Soy Iván de Heavy Metal Perú. La pregunta es para James. James es un reconocido bajista que durante 4 décadas de carreras trabajó con grandes guitarristas como Pito Prata, Zakk Wylde y Dave Mustaine. Me gustaría conocer qué has encontrado en común, qué has encontrado en diferente con trabajar con estos guitarristas de diferentes estilos, qué has aprendido de ellos y que quizás también nos puedas contar alguna anécdota de haber trabajado con estos guitarristas. Gracias.
My question is for James, the bassist. I understand that you have more than 4 decades doing this and have worked with different artists. I want to know what you have found in common working with so different styles, and if you can tell us a moment that you have experienced with them or lived with them.
I have learned that great guitar players can't be stopped. Great musicians can't be stopped. I've been fortunate through happenstance, just being at some place at some time to meet some really fantastic players. And through that, I built a reputation as being somebody who could play with these people and do a good job. So it's almost like it's the same guy, but they do a different thing. You know, there's a drive behind each and every one of these great musicians that is inspiring. I feel so lucky to be able to share a stage with each and every one of these guys, and now Megadeth for a second time. But Dave is a great guitar player. Zakk Wylde is a great guitar player. Everybody is great in their own way, and I think that there are no subtle differences between some of the names that you mentioned. So, I've been very fortunate, and I'm fortunate to be here again. And it's great to be here. I haven't been here since 2008 when we were doing United Abominations, I think it was. Thank you.
Los grandes artistas, los grandes guitarristas algunas veces se encuentran atorados. Es una cuestión de seguir adelante. Algunas veces toma algo de tiempo encontrar a un guitarrista o un cantante que tú digas es alguien extremadamente genial. Sin embargo, he tenido la suerte de trabajar con muchas de estas personas y eso es lo que me ha creado una reputación y por eso sigo haciéndolo. Pero sobre tu pregunta, diría que es trabajar con la misma persona, pero que tiene una diferente inspiración. Y me siento muy afortunado de seguir trabajando con Megadeth. Tanto Dave como Zach son grandes guitarristas, cada uno a su manera. La única diferencia que habría es en la inspiración que ellos dan. Y no venía acá desde el 2008. Para mí es un gran agrado nuevamente estar aquí.
Siguiente pregunta.
Buenas, bienvenidos al Perú nuevamente. Es obvio que el metal en los años 80, que fue donde 70-80, que fue su aparición y apogeo, más que un género musical, considero un estilo que hasta ahora se mantiene. Bandas como ustedes, como ya las que ustedes mencionaron inicialmente, pues han marcado un camino y siguen hasta hoy en carrera. Yo quería preguntarles a cualquiera de ustedes, por favor, ¿cómo ven el futuro del heavy metal de aquí en adelante? ¿Cuál es el futuro dentro de lo que es la industria musical actual? La fanaticada del heavy metal es muy grande, muy fiel, pero también es importante, imagino, fortalecerla y también instruirla y hacer que aumente. ¿Cómo trabajar en eso para un futuro del heavy metal como género? Gracias.
Welcome back. Since metal started back in the 70s or the 80s when it rise, the genre hasn't changed much, and some bands like you have paved the way and keep on rocking. What do you think is going to be the future of heavy metal in the music industry? And we know that the fan base for metal is big and also faithful, but what can we do in order to strengthen this fan base, how to work with them? This question is for any member.
I'll answer it, thank you. You know, I actually kind of disagree with that. I think metal has evolved quite a bit since the 70s, and in a good way. You know, I think we've seen a lot of new styles and undercurrents develop, some of them more interesting than others depending on who you are, but it's a very much an alive genre of music. And I agree that Megadeth has definitely been a front runner. You know, I think they've invented thrash metal, personally, that's my opinion. But I believe that, you know, there's still a lot of fire within the underground and a lot of very interesting musical concepts being developed. So I think there's a healthy future for metal. I follow a lot of new music. I'm always interested to hear new bands and see what's happening. And yeah, I really feel good about it, and I think it's really cool to see that when we play shows, we don't have just people who are from our generation. You know, we have a lot of young people at our shows. You'll see that tomorrow. We have a lot of kids, we have a lot of teenagers who are inspired still to this day by our music, by music maybe that Dave wrote many years ago, and that's making them want to start their own band.
Un poco estoy en desacuerdo con la premisa. Considero que el metal ha evolucionado muchísimo desde los 70 en una buena manera y existen muchas subcorrientes que son distintas entre ellas. Algunas bastante interesantes y otras depende de quién sea el vocalista o la banda. Considero que es un género que está bastante vivo y sí, Megadeth es una de las pioneras, considero a opinión propia que es la creadora o el creador del thrash. Y siempre yo estoy buscando nuevas bandas, bandas que son interesantes y que me gustan. Siento que el futuro del heavy metal es bastante saludable y prometedor. Es interesante ver generaciones distintas en nuestros espectáculos, no solamente personas que son de nuestra edad, sino también vemos a niños, adolescentes, que esperamos que se sientan inspirados por nuestra música y puedan crear su propia música más adelante.
Gracias. Siguiente pregunta.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Guillermo, welcome home Megadeth. Una pregunta por Timo. Mañana es un día especial para los fans de Megadeth porque se empieza la gira sudamericana y también la gente ahí tiene mucha expectativa por el setlist, ¿no? Hace unos días Dave comentó de que le gustaba mucho la apertura que tú tuviste para que puedas agregar alguna canción que no estaba en los anteriores setlists comunes de la banda. Tal vez nos puedas comentar algún pedido especial o algo que sea muy personal de los temas.
Yeah. Good morning, I'm Guillermo. This question is for Timo. Tomorrow is a very special day because for the fan base of Megadeth here, and also because you are starting the Latin, like the South American tour or leg. What are the expectations on the set list? Also, we've heard about Dave mentioning that you have an open mind regarding new songs that were not previously on other set lists. Do you have any special request or any personal request for this tour, this leg?
Thank you for the question. In terms of set list, we've been working on some songs that haven't been played in a long time and some that never been played before. So I'm really excited to represent those to you, and I think on behalf of all the guys, we are really excited to play some stuff that people haven't heard in a long time. For me, it has been a lot of fun actually working on the songs, and we've been having quite frequent Zoom calls with Dave to check out parts and really fine-tune things. So that's always, for me, that's my passion is really in a lot of details and checking that together with Dave, the source. That's like so much fun. And yeah, this is actually tomorrow my very first show as the official member of the band. So that's really exciting.
Gracias. En términos del set list, vamos a incluir canciones que no se han tocado en bastante tiempo e incluso canciones que nunca han sido tocadas. Estoy bastante emocionado porque son cosas completamente nuevas. El proceso ha sido bastante entretenido con Dave, haciendo llamadas por Zoom de manera frecuente para trabajar en arreglos y en la música. Esta es mi pasión y siempre estoy siguiendo lo que Dave indica. El día de mañana iniciamos la gira e inicio como miembro oficial de la banda, por lo cual me siento bastante contento.
Bien, siguiente pregunta de la República.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos nuevamente a Perú. La pregunta es, vienen después de ya muchos años a Perú, regresan a que es su casa también. Para todos los fanáticos, ¿por qué demoró tanto el regreso de Megadeth a este país? Y Timo y quizás los otros integrantes también nos podrían decir si es que dentro de este proceso creativo, de esta creación también de discos, han pensado en hacer colaboraciones quizás con grandes de la música metal, por ejemplo Metallica o alguna otra. Gracias.
Thank you. It's been a while since you've been last here in Peru, which is also your house. We want to know why it took so long for you guys to come back. And also this question is for Timo or for any other member in the band. During this creative process, have you ever thought about a collaboration with any other big names like Metallica?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I'm not sure why it took us so long to come back. You know, there are a lot of logistics involved with touring, as you can imagine. It's not an easy thing, you know, to pack up trucks full of gear and 30 or 40 people and travel the world. So we do our best. We want to play everywhere whenever we can. We're very happy to be back here. As far as collaborations go, I don't want to speak for the other band members here, but you know, I think Megadeth doesn't need that really. If there's an inspirational moment that happens, for example, how we have a few guests on the latest album, like Ice-T on Night Stalkers and Sammy Hagar on the Sammy Hagar song. You know, if those moments happen and they're organic and they're natural, then it's good, but I don't think it's something that we look for in order to somehow you know, make things look bigger than they are. I don't think we need that. I think Megadeth stands very firmly on its